Hey everybody, it's Tom, and we're back at it with another comic book haul. My last video I had mentioned that I had some books coming in that I was really looking forward to show, and they came in. This video here is perhaps one of my favorite haul videos ever. There's some just really cool books that I was able to get. A Grail book, or not necessarily a Grail book, but a book that was on my top 10 list for 2017. It was the last book that I needed from that list. I'm not doing so well with my 2018 list, but who knows, maybe I'll finish that next year. But there's a lot of cool things here, at least I find cool. Hope you guys do as well. This is a video that when I first started getting into making videos, I would watch, videos by Mercenaut and a couple of other guys out on the West Coast whose names, I'm sorry, I just don't remember right now. But they were just showing amazing books. Every video wasn't necessarily just like dollar stuff and stealth buys and things like that. So this video kind of makes me think of that a little bit. I actually do have almost a full short box of dollar books that I picked up, which I'll show in another video. But I wanted to put these books separate. Went to the local shop yesterday. I don't have a pull list, but I did pick up a couple of things. Red Sonja Tarzan #2. I'll still keep picking these up until they stop. Red Sonja #16, the cosplay. And I picked up 2 copies of the new issue of Batman, the Artgerm cover. I ran out of bags and boards, so got to get my hands on some more before I wreck these. So just going to quickly put those away. The guys on the West Coast I was thinking of, I still can't remember the name, but they had some really insane Craigslist buys all the time. James was one of the guys' names, and I can't remember the other. They don't make a lot of videos lately. So here's the other one. I'll always pick books up like this, stuff from my childhood. This was actually one of the few dollar books that I'll have in the video. Mad Monster Party. Actually, hold on, I should have grabbed this first. Give me 1 second. So if any of you are wondering what that is, it's from this movie here. One of those, kind of like Rudolph, those puppets that they would show at Christmas time. But this is a Halloween movie. Mad Monster Party. Guys that are around my age are familiar with this. So when I saw that, I said I had to have it. So I'll put that in my box with my other nostalgia type books. And then I picked up 2 copies of the Jenny Frison Wonder Woman. What issue number is this? I like how they're doing this now. Without the big banner, but then you have trouble figuring out the issue number. But it was the last issue that just came out. I found this on eBay. I'm a big Frank Frazetta fan. I try to get everything I can Frazetta. And he did a lot of book covers. And this gorgeous wraparound cover for Edgar Rice Burroughs' Thuvia, Maid of Mars, and the Chessmen of Mars. And there's some interior art by him as well, a couple of like sketches and stuff. So I thought that was cool. I think I paid like $5 for it. There's a lot of guys from YouTube that are also on Instagram, and they sell books from time to time on Instagram. And I've been selling some stuff as well. Tell me in the comments if you'd be interested in seeing a for sale video, kind of like the ones that VinCrew does. I've got a bunch of stuff that I didn't sell that I would still like to sell. Maybe I'll sell it on my channel. I'll put a video up. But I got these books from two. Micronauts number 8. I needed this for my run. I may only need 1 or 2 issues now to finish it. And then he threw this in for some reason. I'm glad he did. He, you know what it is? He saw that I was interested in this book, and he had an extra copy of it. Justice League number 29. So thanks to... Is it 29? Yeah. All right. This is a book I've been looking for a little while. She-Hulk number 40. Found this in a dollar bin. Every time I go to the She-Hulk section, it's just never there. It's a little beat up, but I never see that book out in the wild. I found this at a local flea market, like one of those church flea markets. It was still in the bag. The reprint for Action Comics number 1. And then I got some books from another Instagrammer. We've been trading back and forth and buying from each other back and forth. This was one of the books that I got from him. His Instagram channel's name is Killabeez, K-I-L-L-A, and then letter X, and then BEEZ88 at Gmail. So check him out if you're on Instagram. He has some really cool stuff as well. This is one of the books that he threw in our the last couple books I bought from him. Variant edition for Amazing Spider-Man 798. This book I did not get from him. I got it from another Instagrammer, Tristan. I had traded him an X Factor, the one which is supposedly the true first appearance of Domino. You know, anytime I could trade, you know, a 90s book that's been mass-produced for something Golden Age, I'm going to do that every time. Even if it is something like this, one of these little cartoony books. It's a very early Bugs Bunny. I forgot what year it was. I normally write that on the back. I didn't on this one. And then these are the other books that I got. Boy Comics number 39. And Fantastic Four number 46, first appearance of Black Bolt. It's got some issues here towards the bottom, but it's still an overall nice book. It's really presentable. Number 46. And then Batman number 186. Cool Joker cover. It's one that's going to eventually get up on the wall. And then, what else we got here? So I show this one next? Yeah. So I picked this up off Instagram the other day. This really clean copy, Fantastic Four number 35. I got this from an Instagrammer who threw me a deal on it because he likes my YouTube channel. He saw a couple of my videos. He's called That Comic Book _Guy. Check him out too. I'm telling you, if you're looking to get decent books without having to worry about bidding for them on eBay, go on Instagram. There's it took me a while to finally get used to the whole Instagram thing, but I've got a lot of pretty cool things off of Instagram, including this first appearance of Dragon Man. Got a really nice deal on this. So while I was selling my comics to try to save up for a really big book, some of the books I was selling was the Avenging Spider-Man, the whole Miss Marvel Carol Danvers thing. So I had them up on Instagram, and actually my local comic book shop guy said, hey, I'd be interested in those, stop by with them. So I was like, sure. So I went in, and he traded me 3 slabs for the book. I've already sold off one of the slabs, but they were all J. Scott Campbell slabs. I sold off the 9.4 slab. I got what, $50 for that slab, and I'm left with these 2 slabs. Warlord of Mars in 9.6 grade, signed by Campbell with the CBCS red label. So I still have that. And then I got this 9.8 slab, the Mighty Thor, signed by J. Scott Campbell, yellow label. He only had $50 on this. I think he kind of, could have gotten a lot more for that book if he was trying to sell it. So I thought that was a fair trade. I already sold one of the slabs for $50. I do think that book's going to come back to earth eventually. I just can't believe what people are paying for that book. It's just crazy. So I'm down to 4 books left, the 4 really, really big books in this haul. And the first book here is, when I was in the shop, I had seen a book up on his wall, and my local shop, Main Street Comics. And it's this. It's a rough copy, but Batman 181, first appearance of Poison Ivy. Centerfold's here. It's detached, but it's in here. Most of these don't have the centerfold. Comparable copies of this, like this, are on eBay for like $100 or more. And anybody who knows me knows that I'm not going to pay up for something in high grade. It's just not the way I collect, unfortunately. I'd like to, but I got limited funds, and this was a no-brainer for me at $45. So it's a book I've wanted. Now I have her first and second appearances. And believe it or not, this is not the best book of the haul. How many books? Is there another book behind here? Nope. 2 more books. This is it. So I went to the flea market, my other flea market that I go to, and this was a total, not an impulse buy, but not a purchase I expected to make. I had actually stopped off at a pawn shop, or a cash for gold shop, on my way down. There was a gold chain laying around my house that I had no use for, and I was going to use the money to pick up the big book that I was eyeing up for the longest time and selling books for. And he had this there. This is my first Golden Age slab, and it's this gorgeous Police Comics. It's a 7.0, Police Comics number 70. And really, really gorgeous looking cover, bright colors, everything. I think this is one of the top books in my collection. I would say top 5, maybe even in the top 3. I'm just really happy to get this book, and I got it. He had 200 on the book, and then I asked him what's the story with it. And he said he had it on hold for somebody, and I said to the guy, I says, you know what, if he ever backs out of buying that, I'll buy it right on the spot. And he called the guy that he had it on hold for, and he backed out of the book. And then I said to him, so what'd you want, 180? And he goes, no, you can have it for 150. So I thought that was a no-brainer. 150 for this book is just phenomenal. It's a book that I'll always have. I don't think I'll ever let that go, unless I get tired of collecting, which it's always possible. It happened to me once already. So, 1 book left, and it is the book that I've been eyeing up since East Coast Comic Con. I almost bought it then. He had $350 on the book, and I asked him. I had $200. I asked him if he would take it, and of course he said no. So I've been back and forth with him, ever since then about picking up the book, and I was selling a bunch of stuff to get the book, and I was almost there. I had 300 and whatever dollars, and for whatever reason, I backed out. I just couldn't see myself spending $300 on $300+ on a non-key book, but it was a book that I loved. I thought it was just absolutely amazing looking. And then somehow a copy fell in my lap at a really good price. I almost thought it was too good to be true because it just looked really clean and really, really nice. I thought that there was a couple of my friends even thought that it looked too good to be true. But enough, talking about the book. I'll just show it to you. Bam. Planet Comics, number 58. It's got a big old subscription crease right down the center of the book, but that means nothing to me. It's just a really clean copy. The pages are close to near white. It's slightly off-white, but for a book from 1949, this thing's in phenomenal condition. Let's just you guys get a good look at that. Centerfolds attached, all the pages are snugly attached. This is a book that is definitely going up on the wall. He even said to me if it grades lower than a 4.5, he would refund me my money and the cost of getting the book graded. So I may get it graded at Baltimore when I go. Again, this was another YouTube purchase, and not YouTube, I'm sorry, Instagram purchase. I got it from a guy named, what was his name? Dream to Real 1. DREAM 2 TO Real REAL 1. So I'm just mentioning all these guys because they constantly have books for sale. If you're looking to get better deals than you would at your local shop or on eBay, I'm telling you, get on Instagram. And check these things out because there's some really good deals to be had there. So that's it, guys. That's my haul. Under 20 minutes. Only like 25 books. My next haul will be in a couple of weeks. My next video, I should say, showing off the books that are in the dollar boxes. I went to a yard sale and got some other dollar books from my local shop in the flea market and stuff like that. Found some pretty cool things. Nothing to get rich over, but some cool books nonetheless. Some minor keys and cool covers and run fillers. But very, very happy to make to have the books that are in this video. Like I said, this is one of the better videos I've ever done. One of my better haul videos, I should say. Lots of couple key issues, first appearances, some Golden Age, some Silver Age. Just great stuff all the way around. I actually have some other Golden Age books coming in the mail. I'm trying to concentrate on that sort of stuff now. I'd rather spend the money on these older books than a book that came out like a week ago that's already at like $50 or $100. Give me stuff like this or this any day of the week. So that's it, guys and girls. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon. Take care.